This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. And here now are the top Disney park stories from around the world for August 12th, 2022. Well, after doubling down on bringing Disney into the sports betting market in March, Wednesday, Disney CEO Bob Chapek said he hopes to announce a sports betting partnership in the near future. Chapek was previously quoted saying that Disney must, quote, seriously consider getting into gambling in a bigger way, and ESPN is a perfect platform for this. He said that at the fourth quarter earnings call in 2021. The Wall Street Journal reported last summer that ESPN was looking into getting some brand licensing deals with Caesars Entertainment and DraftKings after already striking a deal to link to their sportsbook from ESPN.com back in 2020. According to Chapek, Disney is, quote, moving towards a great presence in online sports betting, and given our reach and scale, we have the potential to partner with third parties in this space in a very meaningful way. Speaking of gambling, in an interview with CNBC, Bob Chapek stated that more price hikes may likely be hitting Disney theme parks soon to meet the consumer demand. Here's his full quote. Well, we always watch our demand. When you're playing a yield game like we are right now and you have the flexibility with our reservation system, we can move on a dime. We read demand. If demand goes up and we have the opportunity to do that, we have no plans to announce anything right now in terms of what we're going to do. But again, we operate with a surgical knife here. We're at a level of sophistication with our pricing that not only does it maximize shareholder value, but it enables us to provide a value to guests no matter what time of year they want to come. It's all up to the consumer. If consumer demand keeps up, we will act accordingly. If we see a softening, which we don't think we're going to see, then we can act accordingly as well. So he didn't specifically say that he's going to be raising prices, but it's pretty clear if you read through the forest there. Disney Parks revenue has been rising, as we saw again during Wednesday's conference call. Outside of the parks, Disney Plus got 14.4 million more subscribers. That's combined on all of their platforms, but they got that during Q3 of 2022. This helped them surpass Netflix. They will be raising prices with the launch of the ad-supported tier in December. Disney also stated that they expect to increase capital expenditures to $6 billion in the coming years, an ambitious number that would likely be largely represented in the Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products division. Whenever Disney's CapEx spending increases, historically most of it has gone to the parks. In 2019, Disney spent around $4.9 billion in CapEx, of which about $4.1 billion went to the parks. And in 2021, they spent around $3.6 billion in CapEx. $2.3 billion of that went to the parks. Disney has only a few significant projects on the horizon, including 2 more Disney cruise ships, the Epcot overhaul, the second phase of Walt Disney Studio Parks expansion in Paris, and some smaller investments at Shanghai Disneyland and Hong Kong Disneyland with Zootopia and Frozen areas, respectively. If the company aims to increase their spend significantly, we could see some announcements, hopefully at D23 Expo next month. I guess we will stay tuned. Disney Parks, Products, and Experiences made a revenue of $7.4 billion in the third fiscal quarter of 2022, as the company revealed in its quarterly earnings report on Wednesday. In the second quarter of 2022, the parks earned $6.7 billion in revenue. The fiscal quarter covers April, May, and June as spring and early summer crowds visited. Overall, the Walt Disney Company posted a revenue of $21.5 billion for Q3. An update to Genie Plus means guests can no longer make lightning lane selections for a second park before a 2 o'clock p.m. return window opens. Currently, guests must have a reservation for their first park of the day. They have to visit that park, and then they're able to park hop to a different park starting at 2 p.m., provided the second park isn't already at capacity. When making lightning lane selections, guests cannot select from different return windows, so you may only select the next available return time. So until now, park hopping was the exception to this rule. When attempting to make a lightning lane selection for a second park, Genie Plus would automatically give guests the next available return time after 2 o'clock p.m. Now, Genie Plus stops guests from making a lightning lane selection for the park they are planning to hop to if the next available return time is before 2 p.m. That is, if you're at Epcot in the morning trying to make a lightning lane selection for Magic Kingdom in the evening, Genie Plus won't let you unless the next available return window is already after 2 p.m. Speaking of Genie Plus, well, over the last quarter, 50% of guests visiting Walt Disney World utilized Genie Plus, according to Bob Chapek. In February, Chapek reported that up to 50% of guests during the busy holiday season were utilizing Genie Plus, while only a third of guests would purchase the service during non-peak periods. On Wednesday's call, it was revealed that the baseline usage of Genie Plus is now up to 50%. The increased usage of this paid service has helped lead Disney parks to a 70% increase in revenue, as well as increase of spend per guest. News Today is brought to you by the Sunshine Flyer, the new 1920s rail-themed transportation from the Orlando International Airports to Walt Disney World resorts. Start your vacation experience as soon as you step off the plane with motor coaches that create the atmosphere of old-fashioned passenger cars. No two vehicle designs are the same, and just in time for summer, kids ride free. If you book your trip now through Labor Day, you can enjoy free tickets for kids and reduced pricing for adults. Tickets do not need to be used during this time frame. To reserve, visit sunshineflyer.com. Monorail Lime was the latest monorail to be refurbished at Walt Disney World, and it has now returned to service. It has a nice lime stripe on the outside with dark blue edges and deltas. We went ahead and hopped aboard for a trip to the Magic Kingdom. Like some of the other monorails, the carpeting on the doors and walls has been replaced. The back wall of each cabin is lime green and says Monorail Lime. The top and bottom of the wall are patterned with the Mickey Globe D logo, and there's also a lime green stripe around the top of the cabin. Merchant of Venus, a former gift shop right next to Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies, has reopened as a seating area. The shop never reopened after the COVID-19 related closures back in March of 2020. And after the parks reopened, the webpage for Merchant of Venus was deleted entirely from the Walt Disney World website. The space was reportedly allocated to the Wreck-It Ralph replacement for Stitch's Great Escape. However, that project appears to be at least on hold for a while, if it's ever happening at all. There are less than a dozen tables with 4 chairs each in here. Posters can be spotted with Tomorrowland Easter eggs, such as the Timekeeper and Sunny Eclipse. That's great to see. For more pictures and a video tour, you can go to our website. We have plenty of pictures and the videos embedded in that article. The first night of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is today, heralding the official start of spooky season at Walt Disney World. Yes, it's August, I know. Lots of merchandise and special food and beverage offerings are available, including the returning Mickey Mummy popcorn bucket. We picked ours up at the snack kiosk in the hub at the Magic Kingdom. The Mickey Mummy popcorn bucket is subject to that 2-item per guest limit, which actually was recently lifted on most merchandise, but they're going to enforce a limit on this. Mickey is dressed up as a mummy. He's wrapped nearly head to toe in bandages. It glows in the dark, and the bucket sells for $24. Be sure to stay tuned, especially tonight. We have a number of people attending the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2022. I'm sure the social media channels will be packed with content. The website will be buzzing. YouTube channel might even see some spikes there with all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned. There's all kinds of stuff to see. Adventurers and treasure hunters will want to make a stop at Disney's Hollywood Studios to check out the artifacts from the Indiana Jones line of merchandise. These precious items can be found at Keystone Clothiers. First up is the fertility idol. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones stole the golden fertility idol from the Temple of Hachapoyan warriors. The statue is an ancient goddess giving birth through gritted teeth. The head is significantly larger than the body, with very clear facial features and long hair. Collectors can now bring home a copy of this discovery for $130. It's a lot easier than running from a giant boulder, I guess. The Sankara stone now is a rich molten orange and amber stone. It has a light effect within it as well. Indiana Jones first came across this artifact in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Our charismatic hero was asked by Mayapur's shaman to retrieve the stone and save the stolen children. It sells for $80. Indiana Jones found a legendary Holy Grail, of course, in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, an item said to have been used to collect the blood of Jesus, which gave it incredible healing powers. The description reads, the Holy Grail, Dr. Jones, the chalice used by Jesus Christ during the Last Supper, the cup that caught the blood at the crucifixion, and was entrusted to Joseph of Arimathea. Sounds very important, but it can be yours for only it can be used for only $49.99. Only $50 for the Holy Grail, not bad. There's a lot of people died trying to find that thing. Indiana also came across the Crystal Skull in the film Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The Crystal Skull's face is a clear glass that shifts to opaque as the elongated skull continues. The brain cavity has an icy crystalline texture. Perhaps this strange artifact is a bit too strange, perhaps even a little bit alien. This one, though, is going to cost you $250. The Boardwalk Bakery at Disney's Boardwalk Resort has officially closed to make way for the new Boardwalk Deli. Today, we stopped by and checked out the construction progress and spotted signs for the deli already up. The marquee has been changed to swap the words bakery for deli. Boardwalk remains the same, so the space between it and deli maybe looks a little imbalanced. That's okay. They're still working on this. The Hugh G. Croissant proprietor logo is still on the window, and the sign below reads Fresh Baked, but other details have changed. The sign that used to read Bakery Fountain now reads Deli Fountain. You can compare some of these pictures if you look on our website. Another reads Delectably Delightful, enter here. Both signs keep the same aesthetic as the previous iterations, but with brighter, bolder colors. The Boardwalk Deli is due to open on Monday, August 15th. Hours can be found on our site, or rather, the link to the hours can be found in the article on our site. On Wednesday's earnings call, it was also revealed that revenue and operating income for Disney's 3 wholly operated international resorts had grown quite a bit since 2021, with most growth focused at Disneyland Paris. Increases in attendance and hotel room occupancy at the Paris resort leading to growth and offsetting losses at Shanghai Disney Resort related to its second extended closure. Revenue was up 50% at the international parks from $526 million to $788 million. Operating income losses also fell 70% from $210 million lost to only $64 million lost. Not bad, right? I don't know. If you can afford to lose $64 million and think that's a good thing, that you're probably in a good position, better position than me. Also in Paris, Mighty Thor, a.k.a. Jane Foster from Thor, Love and Thunder, will be appearing at Marvel Avengers campus in Disneyland Paris soon. She actually started appearing there today. So this is already an experience you can have at Disney California Adventure. This is now available at Avengers Campus in Paris. She'll be roaming around, greeting guests for a limited time. For the absolute latest in Disney Parks news, head on over to WDWNT.com and follow us on your favorite social media platforms. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part is that their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more content, click the bell for notifications, and hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of News Today with WDW News Today. You can also support the entire team behind this show by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
From WDWNT TV, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.